Hi guys, I thought we'd try and make some lovely Christmassy treats today. Some chocolates and cookies from using the bits, sorry, that I got from Temu. So let's give it a whirl and see what it turns out like. So I grabbed some Milky Way bar. I put it in one of these little lunch bags, Ziploc bags, with some hot water to melt it. I thought it'd be like a piping bag type thing, and I can just get it into little shapes. It's a bit wet because I've washed it. Let's hope this goes okay and it doesn't turn out rubbish.
So this actually turned out really well. I wasn't sure if the kettle water was actually enough to melt it all, but it was. So you don't need to put it in the microwave. You don't need to put it in a bowl on a pan or anything. This actually works. Obviously it's going to be a bit hot, so be careful. It was a bit fiddly to cut for some reason, but I got there in the end. So I was so pleased the whole hot water thing worked. I think I need a little bit of practice just so it's not as messy, but it really worked and everyone loved them. My partner loved it. He said it's not melt in your mouth chocolates. So I'm going to make them again and hopefully it won't be as messy. I'm a bit more prepared for how messy it can get. So you've got to be very patient trying to fill the shape full of chocolate, because if you do put too much in there, it is going to go all over. I don't know, what do you call it? The chocolate mould. I do think the gingerbread men turned out a lot better than the candy cane, just with more detailing, and if you're not careful, the candy cane's going to break when you're getting it out. But these really didn't take long either. I put them in the fridge to set and it really didn't take long at all. So as you can see, you just want to make it a bit cleaner when it's in there so they're not all lumpy on the top and it doesn't go all over the top of the mould. But I think I did pretty well for my first try. And then while they were in the fridge, I thought I'd try the cookie shapes. So this, I tried it twice and this time was a complete fail. So the cookie dough was too hard for me to do anything with it, so I sort of softened it a bit. I placed it in that hot water for a few minutes. It made it too soft to do anything with, like with the shapes, like for the detailing of the shapes to stay in there. So in the end, I did end up making just some round cookies with it, and I don't think they turned out great because by then the chocolate chips had melted like in my hand and it just looked like a marble effect cookie. So if you are doing this, make sure your cookie dough is not too soft, because it's just not going to work in them shapes. You're not going to get the details, you're not going to get the shape you want. It's going to be too gooey. And you're supposed to cut it into 6, and I think I cut it into like 8 or 9. So definitely do what the packet says if you're doing a packet cookie dough like this. But you can only learn from your mistakes, so I definitely learned from this. I would never try cooking cookies from like scratch, because I think I've totally messed that up. As you can see here, I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it I don't think it really worked. Look, I got half a snowman. I did in the end just turn that into like a round cookie, that snowman. I just thought it's not worth it. It's going to come out looking rubbish anyway. I tried again with the tree and it was pretty much just turned out the same as the snowman. Not too great. I think they're really fiddly. I think I prefer the shapes that cut them out rather than you put it. I was doing it wrong, I think, as well. I think I should have placed it and squashed it into the cookie dough rather than me jamming the cookie dough in. But as you can see, that's not a great Christmas tree at all. But like I said, I learned from this and I did better the next time. But I'm not a fan of these shapes. I don't know why I thought putting it in there like that was just going to help. You've literally got to get your dough, flatten it out just a tiny bit, and then plonk it and push it into cookie dough. So I hate cooking cookies and brownies, stuff like that. Well, and cakes, I'm just not any good at them. And that was just rubbish. So in the end, I did, as you can see, I did turn it into just a normal round cookie. By then, there was no chocolate chips left in it, I think. I did try this cutter with that cookie. It would have worked, but I didn't have enough. It wasn't big enough. So I just turned it back into a round cookie. And it was just too... It's just too gooey, really. So here's what I just did in the end. Just made some round cookies. They were really nice and yummy when they were still warm. So here's how the chocolate turned out when it was ready. So Tiger knew what was going on, so he had to stroll along in a minute and show himself off, as you can see. But I think that chocolate turned out great. As I said, the candy canes were not as good as the gingerbread men. But like I said, you just learn, don't you? But I am going to do these chocolates again because everyone loved them. I gave these to the kids and my partner had one or two and they really liked them. So definitely going to try those again. Definitely going to try it with Milky Way again. This is how the cookies turned out. Not great. I think I should have took them out a bit sooner, but they were so delicious when they were still warm. So I had some more cookie dough. I had, I don't know if it was chocolate chip or double chocolate chip, triple chocolate chip, whatever it was called. It's the same make, same brand, same type of thing as the other one I tried and the one I've tried before. But this time it wasn't as gooey, so it worked so much better. So here I'm trying it with the Santa face one, and I pressed it into the cookie mix rather than like hand filling it into there. As you can see, it worked. It's so well. So first time I failed, but the second time it really worked. So I was pretty pleased with those. A couple of them, I don't know, the eyes missing. But you get what it's supposed to be. Here are the cookies when they're cooked. So I don't think the details as good when they've been cooked, but you can still see there is Santa. So by the time we had the chocolates and the other cookies, I didn't want any cookies, so I put these on a plate and left them for my partner to eat. So I think they turned out great the second time. I still think a normal cutter is going to be better than that. But that is it. So I hope you've learnt from my mistakes, because I certainly have, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next video.